What's up, YouTube? So I'm kind of new to this whole making videos thing, but kind of been wanting to do it for a while, so decided to give it a shot. Um, my name's Angel. This is my channel, and it's just a channel to show you guys my cars, my toys, and me building them, me breaking them, and rebuilding them again. Um, that car right there you see is actually car that I've had for about 7 years. I've had it since I graduated high school, and it's been through a lot with me. It's broken a lot. It's been fixed a lot, and we're actually getting ready to tear it back apart because I broke it again. So let's go and look at it and give you guys a little backstory on it. So this car is a 1972 Chevy Nova. I've had it since I graduated high school. I was 18 when I bought it. It never looked like this. This thing was a pile of parts that really didn't even get used on this car. Didn't even have a front end on it. It did have a motor. It had a trans. Just not the motor and trans that came with it. It came with a 350 board 30 over with a mild cam and a 4-speed that didn't have all the parts on it. It is LS powered now. It wasn't always LS. This thing was rotted out. It had no floors. It was like a Flintstones car. And I went ahead and welded new floors in, put the whole interior somewhat in, and bought some fenders. Just kind of got parts over time and just made it work. I mean, that door right there is a different color because actually this summer I just changed it, but it was all rotted up all along this seam right there. It was just garbage, man. And I mean, you can actually see, I mean, it's not perfect. The paint job, it's spray paint. It's, it's not perfect, but it's cool. It's a lot of fun. I've had fun building it, and I've had fun breaking it. This car right here, I actually just picked it up, and it's right now just storage and a shelf for a bunch of parts and stuff. But it is a 1968 GTO. Well, Le Mans, but I'm going to make it into a GTO. That's actually my dream car. We'll get into that in later videos. Right now, we're just going to focus on this one. So, once I did all the metalwork on the car, I decided I didn't want to stay with the small block. I wanted to build a big block. So I got a 454 4-bolt main, stock bore. I bought a set of LS5 heads, high ram intake. I put a big A50 double pumper on it, and I put a Lunati cam, and I put a automatic TH400 behind it that I bought for about 200 bucks, and it had a quote-unquote rebuild. Don't believe what they tell you. It had a rebuild. It lasted me probably a year of full run time before I finally blew it up, which was actually this summer. This is the summer that the car has been the most reliable, even with the LS. I'll get into how I got to LS. But this summer I was racing with my friends on the street. Don't do that. And yeah, she started giving out. She still runs and drives right now, but she's on her last lap. So anyway, back to the motors and what the car's been through. Had a big block in it, and I put a cam in it. I had trouble with the valve train. It was a little bit temperamental. It was my first engine build ever, so you live and you learn. And I finally got everything figured out, and then one day coming home from work, I got to a stoplight and she drops a valve. And actually right before then, the car was running the best it's ever ran, ever. And they say that they always run the best right before they're ready to go. And it was ready to go. It dropped the valve, and I was torn between rebuilding the big block because it was going to need machine work. The heads were all messed up, and there's going to be a lot of work. And if anybody's ever built a big block, they can get pricey. So I opted for LS, like everybody else, I know. But I decided to keep it kind of period correct and keep it carbureted. So it is a 5.3 Gen 4, so it's a 2011 block. It has a Holley intake. It's got a Demon carb on it, 625. I'm actually going to change that over to a bigger carb because I'm actually running out of carb. It's got a Texas speed cam. The heads have been milled, not much, just a little bit, about 8 or 9 thou. It's got long tube headers. It still has the TH400 from the big block build, which with this motor it gave out and not with the big block. And it's just a fun little street car. It's nothing special. I don't know how much power it makes, but here's a little bit of the inside for you guys. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I made that dash. Let's see if I can get some light for you guys. Yeah, it's got I put a second gen Camaro center console in with a winter shifter, the sidewinder. It used to be stick shift back in the day. It's got a third pedal. It is automatic though. The trunk was rotted out, and instead of buying a new trunk pan, I just got some sheet metal and kind of tried to tack it in with a shitty welder that I had. Put a fuel cell, put the battery in the trunk, call it a day. And the quarter panels are fucked. Someone did a wonderful job of riveting them on, so those will get done one day eventually. Who knows when. But I mean, for what it is, I love this car. I don't think I'd ever sell it because I just have too much time and memories with it, honestly. So yeah. So if you're still here and you haven't gone to another video because you're bored, we're gonna tear into this now. We're gonna take the motor out. We're gonna take the trans out. The whole front end's gonna come off. I'm gonna rewire some things that I kind of just half-assed because I was kind of lazy and just did it the short way, which don't ever do that. If it just takes you a little bit more time, just do it. It's worth it. And we're gonna rebuild the trans, overbuild it for way more power than this thing's ever gonna make on this setup. But, you know, it'll be reliable. It'll be way better than it is now. And might do some spray. Thinking about it still. But yeah, hopefully you guys stick around. Hopefully this channel is something that you guys like. And yeah, stick around.
I'm 5'6", but I stand tall, I'm talking big dreams. This shit so small, you like one thing, man, she can't feel the thing. Just from the dollar, triple double, on the triple beans. They follow, dropping songs about the drug, and I became a fiend. I might put up on my reactions like the shirt signs. I'm wearing shades cause I shine bright, I swear I hurt my eyes. My body catching bodies, and tall and the lil.
Okay, I need somebody to do this.
And I take the highways of hell. I heard them shorties wet. I'm talking Aquafina, so I'm gonna bite them in. Not talking Napolina. I'm so stuck. These bitches think it's sweet. Okay. Custodian, that KK sweep you off your feet. Off your feet. Feel like I'm faded off that ecstasy. Okay. Yeah. Tell me what you want.
My weed is so potent, my pants up. She won't know what I'm holding. I'm feeling it, pissing. My bloodline is racing this money. I'm chasing that pussy. I'm crash. I pull up in the masses. I drag it the ass. Yo, bitch on my line and she feeling real nasty. I special and passing. No loving, no cuffing. I drop it faster than the top of my whip. I cop in the day with you spinning it. Yeah, you got buff for some weed and you couldn't make them. Fucking and take up on Stony Island with a bunch of bitches going for the ride with the roof. Bitch, trying to poke me as a damn bitch.
I'm so stuck. These bitches think it's sweet. Okay. Custodian and KK sweep you off your feet. You off your feet. Feel like I'm faded off that ecstasy. Okay. Exactly what you need. Bitch, I got the plug. I heard they call it ecstasy. Feel like I'm faded off that ecstasy. She'll pop her next like she hold grudges. She don't talk at all shit.
Damn.